Here's a fresh update. Your money is crossing borders with you. That's right, if you are an NRI sending money between India and the US, or maybe your family in India is investing overseas, pay close attention because Indian wealth is becoming increasingly global. Ladies and gentlemen, under the RBI's Liberalised Remittance Scheme, a resident Indian can remit up to $250,000 in a financial year for permitted purposes. And yes, that money can go into overseas investment, education, property, or other allowed transactions as well. Here the important point is that this limit, it applies to an individual, not an entire family. So when multiple family members are eligible, well, the overall amount that can move overseas, it becomes much larger if you see it individually. And this is where this story, it gets interesting here. Moving money is easy. Moving it compliantly is the real challenge. Families are increasingly using global investment not just to make money here, but to diversify the risk. A parent in India can invest abroad. Well, a child working in America can invest back in India. One side earns in dollars, the other side earns in rupees. Suddenly, the family is managing two currency. The family is managing the two tax systems and multiple reporting requirements as well. And then comes TCS, basically tax collection at source. It can apply to certain outward remittances, including the specified investment and the other transaction as well. But you know what? It may not be the final tax cost because it can generally be adjusted against your tax liability here. But it can still lock up a significant amount of cash temporarily for you. And for your family, moving a large amount of money that temporarily locks up, it matters a lot. Why? You may eventually recover or adjust it. But in the meantime, that money, it is not available for another investment, another payment, or another emergency for you. And yes, there is another layer that many people overlook here. Well, the purpose of the transfer here matters. Sending money for education, it is not treated the same way as sending money for an overseas investment. Buying foreign asset, it is very different from supporting a close relative. So, ladies and gentlemen, a simple mistake in declaring the purpose, it can create a lot of questions later on. For Indians in the US and their families, there is also the reporting side which we need to discuss. Overseas investment, foreign income, dividend, bank accounts, they may create disclosure obligations under the Indian or US tax rule depending on where you are the tax resident of. And you know what? That is why the cross-border wealth management has become much more than maybe choosing the right stock here. So yes, before you transfer that money, ask just 3 questions which are very, very important by the way. What is the purpose here? What paperwork is required? And most importantly, have I reported it correctly or not? Because let's be honest, today, global wealth is not just about where your money invested. It is about whether every single dollar and every single rupee has a clear paper trail or not. And that same paper trail, it is becoming very, very important in another area too. Well, citizenship itself.